We're going to the beach. Did you want to go to the beach?
My vacation too, Dad.
There we go. We're gonna go test the dinghy to make sure there's no leaks. So far, so good, right?
Oh, there's a little leak, but that's okay.
I can live with that.
Can you live with that, Sherman? Hey? Little bit of water. Doesn't seem to be any leaks up here. We got those fixed. There's a little bit of one right along the side here. But when we're up on plane, it doesn't seem to leak too bad. So, fairly successful in fixing the dinghy.
We are so far.
So
Couple
far.
little leaks, we can fix them later. But now it's beach time.
Right here, bud.
Oh, now what do we have there? Shampoo?
Yeah, a little shampoo.
Oh, get her done. What the heck? Honey. How did you decide on such a big dog?
We've always had dogs, like big dogs. So we always had labs, and then we happened to fall into this breed because of my daughter. Her boss, her son was raising them, and they were going on vacation. And they had two puppies that they needed to be fostered. So us being the big sucks that we are. Said, yeah, we'll do it. And we ended up taking both of them.
Both of them.
Yeah.
And
So it was very good. And Argus was the male, and Sookie was the female. And then Sookie had a lesion on her brain, and she ended up dying in like 8 months. And then Argus went into this big depression. So Kate went and found another one, and her name was Isis. And so, yeah, and we just lost Isis like a couple of years ago. He may have failed to share that info.
So these parts here are going to be, once they're all glued together, they're going to be an extension of these seats so that you don't have this big gap there. So what we're using here is Starboard, and the trouble with Starboard is it's a bugger to glue. But thanks to the YouTube, I found some glue, or somebody had some success with some glue, and that glue is PB Plastic Bonder. So what I've done is we've got everything all sorted, cleaned, and then you had to apply heat to the surfaces. And once, here we go, I think. Not much for now. What'd I do with the lid? Instructions don't say what the pot life is on this either. But since it says, the package says it starts curing in 15 minutes, I would think that would be probably the most that mixed well quickly. It didn't say whether both parts needed to have glue on it, so I'm going to go with no. Okay. Not the best clamps to use for this particular situation. That's all we got. Just gentle little pressure here for a second. Well, there we are. First seat done. The glue kind of held. I'm happy with it. It's cut almost a perfect fit. Not bad for a guy who doesn't know what he's doing with the saw. Just have to put in the support pieces, and then that job one is done.
When you're sailing the Great Lakes, the resources available are very reliable, like internet and cell service. So when you plan on leaving the marina, basically you only worry about the wind and the weather. Sailing on the ocean requires a little more planning. So here are some of the resources we use when we're getting ready to head for the Bahamas. And I emphasize, this is what we use. Before leaving Canada, we bought a portable Wi-Fi device that works in over 150 countries. It's called a Skyroam. We call it our orange hockey puck. A little expensive for the monthly service, but it's well worth having your own Wi-Fi. The only drawback is it runs off of cell service towers. And here in the Bahamas, the cell towers aren't as plentiful. So there are times keeping in touch with family can be a bit tricky. Most boaters have their favorite weather apps, and many of you already know about Predict Wind and Windy. There's also Wonderground, the Weather Channel, MyRadar, and here in the Bahamas we use Tides. All of these apps are used on a regular basis.
Marv's Weather Service is another resource that's available. This is a website, or you can subscribe and have daily emails sent to you. This is especially helpful when crossing the Gulf Stream. We have subscribed and use that information when making our crossings. These reports are very reliable and they haven't been wrong yet. By the way, it's not only available for the Bahamas, there's even a report for the Great Lakes. So check it out, it's free.
One of my favorite apps is the Cruiser's Net. It has an abundance of information. We also chose to subscribe to receive their emails, which provides us with updates like bridge closures, missing markers, gas, diesel prices, etc. It also has a link to Marv's Weather Service. Oh, did I mention? The information provided by them is free. Check them out. It's a wonderful resource. Navionics is a popular app. Most, if not all, boaters in the Great Lakes or here have it on their phone, iPad, or electronic device of some sort. It's an extra support navigating, especially in unfamiliar waters. It's a subscription we choose to pay for our peace of mind, well, especially mine. There are some cruisers who rely on Aquamaps, but we felt we didn't need to pay the extra subscription fees for additional charts that Navionics already had. We saved the best for last. Wellington's Pet Permit Service. Easy, affordable service, getting a permit allowing Sherman access to the Bahamas.